Guess who's back? Back again.
We are watching Avatar: The Last Airbender live action, episode 3, season 1, episode 3. Yeah, yeah. This one's gonna be titled Omashu.
Oh, Drew said it yesterday.
Did he?
He said it was under his breath, but he said it.
We currently have 18,567 subscribers at the time of this recording. Our director is Avatar Kyoshi, the one and only badass. We can only aspire to be as badassery as she.
I am.
Subscriber shoutouts. We got Chakra 5230, Eric Klein 1966, Fastback, and Glee 1274.
Those were people that said that they missed you. Shout out to our patron Pedro. We appreciate you for being a patron. I was gonna say, we appreciate you for being a Pedro. We do appreciate you for being a
We love a good Pedro.
But thank you.
Thank you. On sound, we got Beyonce, 16 Carriages. This or that, you have a question for us?
Would you rather be Avatar Kyoshi or Toph?
Be them?
Either Avatar Kyoshi or Toph.
Toph. Toph is tough.
Toph is tough. Thoughts on 1 and 2? So far, okay. Avatar: The Last Airbender, the cartoon, is one of my comfort shows. I rewatch it 2 to 3 times every season. I'm just saying, maybe like 2 to 3 times each half of the year, right? So, it's very dear to my heart. So far, feels more of a serious portrayal. Not as much comedic, lightheartedness as the cartoon, which is, a different approach, and I don't mind it.
I thought that at first, too.
So episodes 1 and 2 were real.
But if you actually go back, Toph is a big part of the comedic relief in the show.
Book 2.
She's not even in it yet. And then you have Sokka. But Sokka was like this.
No,
to start out. So that's why I'm like, maybe it gets...
It's more of like what they're choosing to show that I'm saying that for.
Okay.
It's less comedic scenes.
Yeah.
Do you think we're going to see my cabbages?
Yes,
Cabbages has to be there. But I know the show. I know what scenes they cut. I know what they put in. And so it's like the choices they made, like, do you want to go penguin sledding? Was not in there. Not in there.
Exactly.
I appreciated their take on showing us the history of how Sozin used the comet to, wipe out the air nomads. I was like, we didn't see that in the cartoon. So it's not changing the storyline of what we know, but they get to show a different aspect, which was really cool.
More information.
So far, my favorite live action casting, besides Aang, I do like Aang. Aang is good.
She said it too.
Suki.
Oh, yeah.
I really like hers. But when she took her makeup off, I was like, girl, so we're not going to get book 2 where Sokka don't even recognize you? When she's doing never mind.
One thing that I said was...
It's giving Ember Island players.
No.
I was going to say that for some parts. You know what it is? Zuko. Dallas Liu. Is that as you said? That's his name. His name is Dallas. Dallas to Dallas.
Where's he from?
I need more angst. I need more angst and less wine. You feel me?
But that's what Zuko was. Like, Zuko around this time was always complaining because he was one scene that I thought was really, really good is when he said, it was in here. He said, before, and he said, when his uncle was like, it's been 3 years, you can wait 2 more days or something like that. Mm-hmm. And he was like, for 3 years, I thought like this search was only a thought. Mm-hmm. Now that it's actually here, it makes me even more ready to do what I have to do. Like, it's making me, like, I have to do something. I can't just wait because now it's finally here. Like, the thought of going home now is finally here. Mm-hmm. Which before, it was just kind of like, I'm just out here. So, Zuko is really whiny when you first start out because that's the only thing that his thought process is like, the Avatar.
I have to find the Avatar
right,
and get my honor back.
Right. Until, Uncle starts giving him, real thoughts and lessons. And then when he leaves Uncle and he's on his own little journey by himself, then you kind of... like then he starts to kind of like make that
Character
turn.
development goes.
He has the best character development in the entire show.
Did you catch the flashback scene where she watches her mom die when in the cartoon she doesn't even know if her mom is dead? She thinks she's a prisoner somewhere.
It's not bad. It's not bad, but they, like you said, it's the little changes I think that make big moments later that they're not hitting right now.
Mm-hmm.
That's my thing. But they
And Roku was the first one.
didn't I say that?
Roku, I was like, okay, we're going Kyoshi first. I was like, okay,
Right.
What happened to like Roku's island and
Right. So that's what I told her. I said if they change roles from Kiyoshi to Roku in that moment, I'm not gonna like it.
Everything is set. We strike tonight. For the first time in a century. We have hope. I want you to meet someone willing to risk everything for our cause.
My mother and my brother. Nasija Basingsei.
She works at the palace. She's willing to help us. At great personal risk. Fire Lord Ozai must die tonight!
I don't think you're gonna be able to do that, buddy.
Or even get to.
I do like Daniel Day-Kim's casting as Ozai.
She said the
That's what I
same
said.
thing.
But you must have known this was a one-way journey. Or did you expect my men to just lay down their arms after you slaughtered their Fire Lord? Are we not the greatest nation in the world? Have I not led us to the brink of bringing the entire world under one rule? Our rule.
How many more lives? Will it take another century of loss and suffering?
We in the Fire Nation have always prided ourselves on our resourcefulness.
Is that Azula?
Isn't that right?
Yeah.
Azula.
The one who has returned to us!
That's one thing. They be killing. They be killing in this show.
What's this?
A message from one of my commanders in the Southern Seas. No one of any importance.
Zuko has found the Avatar?
Your brother has done the impossible. Just as I'd asked.
Basic bending forms are mostly just physical movement. But when you get into the harder moves, like the water whip, you really need to reach inside and feel the energy flow.
What you know?
All the more reason for us to get to the Northern Water Tribe, right? That's right. And they're the best waterbending masters in the world. I think it's another airbender.
Oh, so we are going to.
He's headed for that mountain.
That's no mountain. That's Omashu.
Oh.
Papa, yeah.
We have a window of opportunity. As long as the Avatar remains in this area, if he gets too far north.
There are Fire Nation forces everywhere.
I don't like him.
He does have a disagreeable quality.
I spoke to some of his crew. Word is, Zhao failed his officer training program 3 times.
Did I ask for your opinion?
He was only trying to help.
He was gossiping about a superior officer.
An officer you don't like?
That's beside the point. There is an order to the way we do things here.
And they have an incredible delivery system that winds through the whole city. And the people there, they're artists, scientists, builders, plus food there is amazing.
They don't take kindly to outsiders in Omashu.
What makes you think we're outsiders? We're new here, but we have a friend we need to see. We just could use a little help getting inside.
Sorry.
Did y'all give Aang a
Throw
hat
it
or
out of
something?
the turnip sack.
Yeah, he's supposed to be an old man.
Sure you can make that look.
It looks pretty damn
Yeah,
good.
it looks good.
It looks really good.
Would you ride that if it was
Low
real?
key?
No.
Low key? Yes.
You know how that is.
Bender or non-bender, I'm on that.
You better hope you a bender though. When you go over.
I'm hoping.
Good luck finding your friend. And be careful. Omashu can be a dangerous place.
You know, when you meet people. Oh, hey. Oh.
They got him.
No way. They are combined.
You're not an airbender.
See? Never mind.
An airbender. Of course I'm not. He's an
a waterbender.
Waterbender.
Okay, Katara.
Here, our house is right here.
It's a really good casting.
That is.
Thank you. My name is Sai.
Oddly. I mean, that wasn't an accident. Nothing the Fire Nation does is an accident.
The Fire Nation?
Yeah. Their spies are everywhere in the city.
Whoa.
Pretty great, huh? That's the mechanist of the king of Omashu.
Did you see the mechanism on that sorting machine? It's spring-powered, ingenious. I should have done that with our kayak racks back home.
This place used to be incredible. A place I couldn't wait to see. A place where amazing things were created, not destroyed. Being the Avatar isn't just about fighting. It's about helping people, like Taluna's father. If I'm going to save the world, I have to do it one person at a time. That's why I'm staying in Omashu. Because I want to help. And I think I can.
He's done the impossible.
He's done nothing. He spent
Oh,
3 years on an
shoot.
ocean cruise while I've been here doing everything Father has asked.
Oh, that's right. Tell us about your mission. Were you nervous? Was your life really in danger?
At least you got out into the city. Zuko may be banished, but he's out there exploring the world. Yeah, well,
She
all
wanted.
dear old Zuzu wants is to make it back here and take away everything I've worked for. Technically, he is first in line to be Fire Lord. So, what can you do about it? You're here. He's out there. There are always ways to get in the game. If you know which pieces to play. My mother told me stories of the Avatar and how he'd return one day. Dad, do you remember her stories?
What I remember is that your mother was taken from us by this cursed war.
You pretend like you don't care what's going on out there, but I know you hate the Fire Nation as much as I do. I mean, why else would you build all this if not to help our army? I have a hunch about where the bombers might be gathering. It's high up on the mountain. Can't really reach there by myself, but with your airbending, it's just there.
I still need to fix the attitude control before I show it to the generals.
I can help with that.
Omashu.
Enemy territory, indeed. But not to worry. There are ways to gain entry if you know the right people.
What are you?
Fire Nation spies.
But that means the mechanist is a
Traitor.
Y'all don't look suspicious. At
Right.
The Mechanist has been working for the Fire Nation.
Duh.
You didn't catch that?
No, I was like, what are they trying to do? Haku? Like Haru? Like, oh, no. Duh. It's fucking Jet.
Wait,
Damn.
who are you?
Live action Jet. I see how he do it.
What?
That's wild.
Pursuit was so clumsy, I wasn't sure you'd ever catch up.
Big talk for someone who's outnumbered.
Alright, there goes some water. Get to bending.
Yeah, it takes her a minute to get to where she be.
Oh yeah. I reference too.
Pipsqueak?
Dang.
Yeah.
Death by 1,000 cuts, huh?
Awesome shooting there, long shot.
Not bad.
That was a mean swing, Pipsqueak.
It's great to have a waterbender on our side. Who are you people?
We're the good guys.
That's never what good guys say.
You not gonna ask no questions, Star?
Jet do know how
You
to how to kill. He's what? I wasn't even saying that. You don't even know what I was trying to say.
Your whole face says
I was
all.
saying something else, like kill the whole village.
Well, no, it's just an idea I had to make our ice dodging ships more maneuverable.
Very clever.
Dad doesn't really pay attention to stuff like this. He's got more important things to worry about. He's a warrior. Engineer.
Why are we throwing Hakoda
No,
under
this
the
is
bus like
just a hobby. My role is to protect the village and be a warrior, just like Dad.
Sokka, you're a gifted engineer. Don't ignore that. It's not always easy to find your path in life, but when you find it, you must embrace it.
After the Fire Nation attacked our village, he kept us alive. He built our life here. He's always said that it's just me and him, and he'd do anything to protect us.
You live here? I still don't understand what firebenders are doing in the Earth Kingdom city.
As the war dragged on, King lost his nerve, grew tired, senile. Like corruption sprang up all around him. Fire Nation seeped in through the cracks. Everyone here has lost someone to the Fire Nation. Families, loved ones. We're orphans. What are we now, Smeller Bee?
Freedom fighters! Here, look. If you mix tinkar with salt water and then boil it down, you get this. Blasting jelly. A few jars to blow half the neighborhood sky high.
The firebenders were behind the explosion.
When the Fire Nation came to our village, she held them off. Well, my dad had me in a well.
I know what it's like to lose family too. It was quiet. And then my mom died. I try not to think about it, but recently it's been coming back to me. I think it's been affecting my bending.
What do you remember when you think of your mother? I don't mean how she died. I mean when she was alive.
I remember seeing her outside the hut, getting to work, and every day she would stop when the sun rose. She would watch and smile.
Remember that. Remember the sunrise.
And just like that, she remembered the sunrise, Donna.
We just need to decide what we're gonna do with it.
Murderous intent
Right,
aside.
he sounds crazy.
Yeah, everybody has some flaws. Some people are a little sloppy. Some are kind of murderous.
This is the great Omashu?
That's our chili.
The best the Earth Kingdom has to offer?
I gather its charms are lost on you?
Uncle.
What happened there? That's not right. Warriors don't hide their faces in a fight. Father would never approve of this underhanded tactic.
Given how long this war has lasted, who knows?
It has come to my attention you are involved in a matter vital to the safety of our empire. I'd be in your debt if you kept me informed of the progress of your mission. In return, I will keep in mind your loyalty and cooperation when the time comes for such debts to be paid. A time that may arrive sooner than expected.
You know the officer on Prince Zuko's crew, the one who slipped you the information about the Avatar? Lieutenant G. I'd like to speak to him.
Sokka! Hey, check this out.
Where's Katara? Teo and I found where the bombers have been getting their explosives. They're making blasting jelly in a cave up on the mountain.
So it wasn't the firebenders behind the explosion? It was...
You're not gonna believe this. I know who's behind the bombs. No, Jet's not the bad guy. Sai is.
Are you kidding me? Sai's done nothing but help us. Well, Jet's a con artist who lied to our faces.
He didn't lie. He didn't tell the truth. Besides, I saw Sai talking to the firebender. He's the traitor.
You don't know what you saw.
Y'all in his
For
house.
all we know, Sai could be working with the King's men to root out spies. Willing to believe anything as long as it helps you.
This is just like you. Never believing anything I say. I'm so sick of you treating me like I'm a little girl.
Then grow up. Where are you going?
To my man.
To prove you're a jerk.
Jen.
Oh, yeah? I don't need proof of that.
Hey, bitch.
Them organic.
Ooh.
He just popped up, didn't he?
He looking like somebody stopped mid-mummifying him.
We need to talk.
Sure. Later. We just launched a big mission. I mean, you were there when we confirmed the Mechanist was a traitor. Took care of his partners. I need to take care of him.
Jet, what are you gonna do?
Told you. I know how to take out the garbage.
You hurt? No, I'm done. Okay, no, I'm done.
You know when you put it on homie and
You don't feel a
will
weight
it?
difference?
You dripping.
Going to blow him up?
Not just him. He's got an audience with the king.
This is our chance to burn out this city's diseased heart. The warehouse we destroyed, that was a meeting spot for spies. And by flushing them out, we got those 3 yesterday. Now the Mechanist will help us root out even more evil.
Innocent people are gonna die, Jet.
He was rocking his stuff too.
Wait.
We're right. Shut up and vote later. Right now, we need to stop aside.
What's the fastest way to the palace?
It's at the highest point in the city.
This guy? Again?
Go. Get to the palace and stop Psy. This is my fight.
Keep your firebending in check, or you'll have the Earth Kingdom army to deal with.
I don't need fire to defeat this boy.
He ain't going all angry.
Kiyoshi, come help me.
I have an idea. Come on.
You didn't have to push them hands, Zuko. Imagine those are 3 silver pieces each.
Yep, back.
Those poor people.
Yeah, he gonna destroy my cabbages.
Yeah. Beat his little ass.
So I said all routes lead to the palace. We just have to take this one to the end of the line.
The end of the line may be coming soon.
Ready?
Oh hell no.
One.
It looked a little scarier in live action, I'm not gonna lie.
I'm taking one way down. I'm not trying to.
A little scarier.
Stand and fight.
For what? Why is this so important to you? Why you've been hunting me for 3 years?
How do you know it's been 3 years? Unless...
You read my diary.
You have my notebook.
Give me my notebook.
Perfect. 10 out of 10. Ooh.
Girl, you better do something.
Water, whip it. Whip it real good. The long shot's like the Hawkeye of this series.
Right.
So she gotta do what she. I mean, cool. You got the fire out. Yeah, we gotta hit. No, we didn't hit the arrow. When you gonna start freezing that water? We need some ice up in here too.
We must leave. Now. Go. Save yourself.
What?
For the Fire Nation!
Wait, what?
Sacrifice.
No, that's not how this goes. Apple must be expensive to show. Cause where he at?
I just play Fire for y'all, and y'all just gonna lock me up.
Alright, man. A lot to unpack here.
We got multiple episodes overlaid with each other.
Right.
Which got me.
Which ones are they overlapped? Because
The Northern Air Temple.
No, that one happens later though. I know which one you're talking about.
But they introduced the characters from it.
I see what they did. Okay, we're all like we can combine the Jet story with that one.
Mm-hmm.
So I see why. This is the same thing I was telling you. When you have a 20 episode season and they're trying to jam pack it into 8, you're squishing.
Mm-hmm.
And so, like I said, if it was an hour long, the first one didn't feel squished. It felt like it had very good flow. Aang. This one feels squished because although the story works for this episode, it feels squished because you're taking key elements out to put the squish story in. Mm-hmm. So you're taking bits and, like you said, you're taking
moving parts.
Right, you're taking bits and pieces out, and like you said, the impact from Aang seeing another Airbender that he thought was so much bigger because he thinks this entire time he's the only one. So when he sees that, it's like, oh shoot, no, I'm not. What do you guys got going on? Do you get that whole storyline? Okay.
The whole, like, they were disgracing a temple of his people
Right.
type, and it like shows how passionate he is about being an Airbender.
And then you get the Jet storyline, which is the bombings and stuff like that. So it is cool that they, like, I do like the idea of trying to do that. But this probably would have been one with, it kind of maybe gets benefit off of like an hour or something.
Yeah.
rather
How
than
long is
kind of
this
keep.
one?
It's 50 minutes.
Well, but you could still do more.
If you would have made like an hour 30, it wouldn't feel so congested. Another thing too is like it's just little things that makes the story. So the fact that Aang is the one riding in the transportation things because he's like, I used to do this.
To have fun.
Right. I used to do this 100 years ago with my friend. Now that element of it seems kind of like you don't get that because now it's Katara and Sokka doing it.
Yeah.
And it's
Yeah,
like
real bold doing it.
right, but they're doing it to get to something. When Aang was doing it to
For
use
fun.
it as fun.
And it reminded him of Boomy.
Right. And so taking like that stuff taken out of it, you lose context of what that's for. And like you lose the context of like you said, Aang being a kid. Like I don't think they're grasping the concept that Aang is 12 and all he wants to do is play. They're saying it, right? They're saying it when he was like, you know, I just want to play with my friends, or I want to be with my friends, and this stuff. And he knew he was different, and everybody was scared of him once he was the Avatar. That stuff's from this. That's like good stuff from the actual series. But you're taking the fun out of Aang and making him, like I said, it seems like they just have this image of the characters on how they are at the end, and you're forgetting all of the fun that they had. You're Katara again. She has no hurdles. So it's like you're taking away hurdles to make her who she is, like how we know her to be. And one scene that I did like was her and Sokka arguing in this, because I'm like, okay, you do get that a lot, which is good, and you get to see that. But as far as like her bending, it's like, oh, I can't do it, and it's like, well, you'll be able to. She gets like a pep talk, and it's like, you'll be able to do it, and it's like, okay, you're right. And then it's like, no, she actually gets very frustrated in doing that.
Fights
and
with
it's
Aang about it.
right, and it's kind of like Katara I don't think people realize Katara has to say sorry a lot in this show. She says sorry a lot.
She's a little self-righteous and angry. Yeah.
Right, because she's so angry. But like already probably in the show, like if we were watching the actual original, she would have probably said sorry like 2 or 3 times. But because you've taken that out, she just seems like she's on this like canon to just be master waterbender instead of like ups and downs, hurdles. Like
She's just going from 0 to 100 and not having any type of
fall. Like that's the thing that makes characters really great is you get to see where they are, and they have two places to go. Like for instance, Zuko starts at bottom, right? And then throughout the course of what we know about Zuko, he actually falls further because you find out his backstory. And you're like, dang, okay, that kind of sucks. And then he rides that all the way up until like trust. And then he falls back down again. So then it's a further journey back up. So he keeps on going like this throughout his journey. And if you have a character right now like Katara, if you have a character that's just doing this, it's not believable as you're trying to like, because like normal character development is like that. Like you get to see the journey. If her journey is just master waterbender and she never falls. This is what I'm saying. When you get into the better books of her like how her and Toph go at it, how her and Zuko go at it, her and her brother go at it, and then you get her and Azula. Like she has all these other things of like hurdles, and a lot of times it's not just battles of like elements. A lot of it's like, oh, you thought you could trust Zuko, or you thought you could trust Jet, or you thought you could trust these people, and she does this, and she ends up hurting the people that are actually there with her, her brother, Aang, Toph. Like she actually hurts a lot of people on the way, where she has to say sorry. And I don't think I like that so far. I told you I'm gonna be very critical of this. I don't like that. Y'all have, I don't think y'all have done Katara the right way so far. you gave her a little bit more hurdles as far as trusting somebody, which is like Jet and that. But Jet is such a big character in the show, so you cannot leave Jet out, and you cannot mess Jet up. And I did like how they did Jet. One thing I don't like, though, I don't like this, like, you trying to make him Peter Pan, though.
It was given Peter Pan.
Right.
It was given.
Like, you're trying to make him Peter Pan.
What is with the Lost Boys over here?
Right. You're trying to make him Peter Pan, and I don't really like that aspect of it. But, yeah, I knew it was Jet right away. Like, I was like, okay.
Okay, what got me was seeing how many episodes were crossing over. I'm like, are we doing Haru? Are we skipping Haru? Because Imprisonment, I like that episode because it shows not only Katara's hope, but like that she is like an activist, that she's more about justice. And so we're skipping that episode and that character. And with his hair down, I was like, who? I was like, is this Haru? And then when they were crouched down, I was like, duh, it's Jet, because his hair looked different. And I was like, oh, this Jet.
Yeah,
and they pulled out the stories. I was like,
it's Jet.
Yeah, it's.
See, we skipped. Oh.
We haven't skipped anything quite yet.
Well, they brought Northern Air Temple down.
Right, so I
knew for sure.
They're doing. They did Jet. Yeah. They did. Well, they already done the storm, but they've done Jet. They have Northern Air Temple. They combined those two for this episode. So then the next one's probably gonna be Boomy. And this is.
And they introduced. I'm gonna call them the Fatal Three early. May, Ty Lee, and
yeah, I don't know if I feel about that.
They introduced them really. Oh, that's what I was gonna say. I was like, damn, we're combining a lot of villains for book one because our main villains for book one are Zuko and Zhao. Those are our main. Ozai's not even in the picture. Really.
Oh, you don't see Ozai till season 3. You only see he like Wizard Kelly.
He is like Wizard Kelly. You just see his shadow behind the fire, like.
Yeah, you just see Wizard Kelly.
And then when you see him, he be like taking off the robe, like, "Here you come to die."
Yeah,
and he's all ripped and shit.
But I get why they did it. I get why they did it. One, because you have a very good actor playing Ozai, so I get that. But you get the audience an idea of what the characters are gonna look like now, so that they can accept the characters later. Okay. So I get why they're revealing everybody.
Like they cast it.
Right, so it's like, here, I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna show you.
Get used to it.
Right, get used to it. This is what it's gonna be. Yeah, then.
I kind of like having Azula come out this early.
You do?
I do.
Why?
Because I want to see where they go, how they go with it, and how more involved she is. And now that Zuko's alone right now, this is really early. I want to see where they take it.
I get your point, and I will agree with that because once again, milkshake, whipped cream, cherry. It doesn't take anything away from what we've had with Azula.
Yeah, and then it also goes to show how ruthless she is and how she just
and I was gonna say that
my brother and she just came out here
because
people.
Because when I was watching it for the first time, like ever, my question was when I was young was, why does she hate her brother so much? Now you get to kind of like get that of like, oh, she's actually putting things in place, doing this, doing that. She's the one doing this. She's the one doing that.
No matter what she does, he's still heir to the throne.
Right, and it's like her in the background doing all of the stuff that we see. So then when it's like, oh, it's my turn to fight, she's ready to fight. So I kind of do like her being in the background doing stuff. Just do not show her bend. I feel like you need to save that for season or the next time you do something with her. You got to say that for season 2. But I do like the cast for May and Ty Lee. That they seem like they have that as far as, especially May. She sounds like she has no walls.
I was thinking about it. Well, I was thinking about it. The way she was saying the line, like I chuckled on because I was like, okay, that was good. And then I started thinking, I was like, how much of the characters that we love are because of the voice actors too?
Oh, always.
Because her voice is actually like
okay.
that.
So like with her, I would like her to be a little bit more dry because she's just like,
Well, that hasn't happened yet. I know. But I'm just saying, like.
But then same for like Sokka, where good casting, but it's just like the execution of his, like.
Speaking of Sokka. the little throwaway line where we're dissing Hakoda, like, oh, my father doesn't care about this thing. No.
I think he just he's never been able to really share with somebody how he really feels. Like, just think about it. If somebody put you in charge before you turn 16, you like, well, damn.
I don't think it's a throwaway. It might be a little jab.
It was a little diss.
I think it might be a little jab because of, like, he's saying, like, you know, he did say that my dad's a warrior. Like, there's just things we don't focus on. Like,
but that felt like it was insinuating you can't be smart.
But we're forgetting that he actually does get upset with his dad. Mm-hmm. So it's like
for
leaving. Well, no, actually that's Katara. That is Katara.
He's just like, Dad, did I make you proud? Like,
yeah,
he's like,
Katara.
Yes, son, you did.
That is Katara.
And he's like, 2 genius water tribe. I'm like, they're trying to make.
You know what it kind of seems like? It seems like they jam-packed Katara into Sokka a little bit. And just gave Katara this, like, she just seems like she's... Yeah, like, she seems like she's the one... Like, it seems like Aang and Sokka are holding her hand.
What if she has a point where she just kind of blows up?
Well, that's the thing. She has to. She has to. But if you don't...
Saying, like,
no, I see.
If it takes, like...
She's like a mothering role, but she's also, like...
She doesn't...
where she's like not a sideline character.
Right, exactly.
Like, this is the plan, guys.
You nailed it. They're trying to make her a sideline character.
Because imprisoned, she does it where she's like, guys, I'm going to go get arrested on a Fire Nation ship to go save this group of Earth Kingdom people.
You got to understand, like...
Like, what?
She is fiery.
Yeah.
She's very, very fiery. The way that we get introduced to Aang is because of an argument and how mad she is. Mm-hmm. When they went to go help Aang in that same episode, it's because she's like, I'm going to go save him. I don't care what none of y'all say. She's fiery.
Yeah.
Right? And then you get once again, like you said, then you get the mother aspect of her when Aang goes to the Southern Air Temple and he freaks out. Mm-hmm. This is another thing that I kind of didn't like from the actual show. The new one that they've done in the other one. Is that when Aang's in the Avatar state, you can't really get him out.
Yeah.
It takes somebody to like... Right. It takes somebody to like snap him out of it. So the first time they see the Avatar state, Katara's the one to grab his hand and walk him off that ledge.
Yeah.
But in this one, it was what? It was his mentor doing it. Where he kind of like... was thinking about it, and then he just kind of like...
She's like, there's danger.
The grounded.
Like, there's danger?
But also, you get her saying, like, screaming at him, Aang. So I'm like, but you guys aren't... Okay, there's that.
You have to establish that connection.
Right. You have to, like you said, you're using her as a sideline character, but she's a lot...
main character energy.
She's a lot more fiery than what they're trying to portray her as. Right. And this is what I said. It's not going to be believable when you add those other dark elements from the show into the new one. Yeah. Because then it's going to be like, it feels out of place. Mm-hmm. And I'm only kind of comparing it to what they've shown in this one. If you don't show a character going through ups and downs, if you don't show a character actually mad and firing and stuff like that, if you don't show a character doing that and then you just put it there, it's going to be like, wait a minute, nothing led up to this.
Like, I think it was this episode where Aang sees the people injured after the bombing, and he's like, it's my job to help. And he gets all serious, where it's like, yes, but I feel like the shift would have been more of a punch if we had seen him be more goofy, like playing on the railroad system previous to that.
See, I think I would have liked more if in this episode is if Katara would have fought Zuko and had that whole switch. Because if you would have had Katara have the Aang dialogue of like, no, I want to stay and help. I want to do this because like that would have been more so on the line of her character.
Yeah.
The fact that this whole entire episode, or even before this, you've heard Aang say he doesn't want to fight. He doesn't want to fight. He doesn't want to fight. And I know eventually he says, okay, I have to fight. It seems too early for him to say, you guys go.
Yeah.
This is my fight.
Yeah.
It seems too early.
It's too, like you said, him wanting to play and do all those other things. He hasn't taken the responsibility. Like, damn, I'm the Avatar. This is my responsibility.
Right. It's not. It hasn't hit him yet. So it seems too early to do that. So if you were to make Katara say,
no,
I'm gonna help and stay. I'm gonna stay and help these people, especially after the mistake that she made of like doing right.
People are gonna get hurt, Jet. Like, go
right.
say that.
So like, if you would have switched those roles, I'm like, I'm gonna stay and help these people. I made a mistake. I'm sorry. Da 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 da. You and Sokka go. Then you can have Aang riding in the little transportation. You could have had him riding in there and have even though it's a serious moment, have him have fun in there, and then you can make Sokka be the one like freaking out, like, what are you doing? Like, this is crazy. And then when you get there, he can airbend the arrow away, and then he's right in front of Boomy at that point anyways. So then he gets captured, and it would have been way better seamless there than it would have been that, and then it would have kept each character on line of what they were
on track.
Yeah, like in right.
That was our reaction to Avatar: The Last Airbender, Episode 3, Omashu. Thank you to our 18,567 subscribers
at the time of this recording.
Thank you to Shocker5230, Eric Klein, 1966 Fastback, and Glee1274 for subscribing and missing me. I miss you too.
Thank you to our patron, Pedro. We appreciate you for being a patron. And if you want to watch full episodes, you can watch it on Patreon.